Crystal, obviously the last several weeks have been eventful for the club in a number of ways, namely the game that's coming up on Sunday, but also concerns off the field with the Yates report and the actions taken by PTFC as a result. What was your reaction to the Yates report generally, and how would you characterize the last several weeks for the team as you navigated this?
Yeah, I mean, great question. Obviously, these last couple of weeks had been hard, for the players. We always feel like we fall in the middle of everything. The Yates investigation, I think, shed a lot of light on, the issues and problems that have existed in the NWSL for its entire existence. So it was hard for players to, see what was written in the investigation, but at the same time, as players, a lot of times that it's very difficult for us to be able to do our job and find joy and passion in doing that when so much around us takes away from that light, and I think from the entire beginning of the season, as players, we spoke about really just leaning on each other and understanding that there are things that are happening and going on outside of this game, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, like, we're here to show up and show up for each other and show up for the community that is around this area. And it's incredible that people are supporting us and showing that they care and they want to share in this burden with us. But it is very difficult, and preparing for a game on Sunday, the biggest game of the season, I think it has been hard for players, but we're going to go out and do our best and have the community behind us and really just go out and play for each other.
And to follow up on that, what's it like for you guys and the team to see the community support you guys when you just talked about, trying to battle what you're hearing in the news and also playing a good game? So talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, as women, we have been very skilled in compartmentalizing. We are very good at being able to just balance a whole lot of things, and this is one of those really challenging tasks that we've been given, which is, embracing what's going on in the league and trying to be a part of that change, but at the same time understanding that we can't solve all the problems. Like, our job is to show up, play this beautiful game, and play for ourselves and the community. And I think we just take it day by day. Some days are easier than others. I think there's days that go by where we're all like, yeah, we're buzzing, we're feeling great, and then there's days where people just wake up and they're like, crap, like this is really heavy, and I think it's important to just meet people where they are. I am known for being like, the positive one, walking into the locker room and dancing and really trying to get a good buzz, but there's days where I'm tapped out and I'm burnt out. So I just think it's a day by day and just leaning on each other and just, like I said, just trying to get through it and hopefully putting out a great performance on Sunday, given everything that's going on.
Crystal, multiple people have said, multiple stars throughout the game have said that they think Merritt needs to sell both the Thorns and the Timbers. Where do you fall on that, and do you think he could sell just the Thorns?
That's a hard question to obviously answer. I think there hasn't been that much thought on the player side of what should be done with this club. I think, it's really hard to think about tough decisions such as that when we are trying to compete and trying to win and trying to balance this whole idea of playing for pride and playing for, the name that's on our chest, but all at the same time understanding that what our club represents at this moment isn't this shining light, but I do think that is a decision that, I don't think players ultimately have the answer at this moment. I think for me personally, I want to always continue pushing accountability and pushing for change, and I think to answer that question, I haven't really sat that long and hard with it. I think it's just been like we're constantly grinding through another day of training, another day preparing for a game, and I don't think many of us really even have that answer.
You brought up obviously that you have a big game this weekend. We saw overseas that the report seemed to take its toll, understandably so. How do you make sure that doesn't affect this team now in 2 days?
Yeah, I think unfortunately the news dropped when we were all on international break. A lot of us hadn't had the time to really sit with our thoughts and really understand fully what is going on and what's going to happen. I think we've had a bit of time now to kind of just check in with each other and just bump ideas and thoughts off of each other. And I think, this is the biggest game of the year for us all. And I think we at least understand for the next couple of days, hopefully next 2 weeks in a sense, we just have to buckle up and, ride the wave of the community supporting us and leaning on each other.
And how's the mood today on the field? 2 days out before the game. How are you guys playing? How are you guys feeling 2 days before playing San Diego?
Well, as you can see, it's raining in lovely Portland, and I would say the vibes are good. This is amazing soccer weather, we always say, because it's pretty much the only weather that we're going to get moving forward. So, but I do think everyone's in a good space. Again, like I've touched on, it's such a day-to-day, but I think today was a really great day for everyone to just get on the field, enjoy each other, and like I said, it's really nice to know that you're playing for something so much bigger than just a regular season game. You know, this is it. This is why we have this job that we love to be a part of, is just playing for these big moments and these big games coming up.
The San Diego team obviously coming off an emotional big win the last game. What do they do well that you guys are going to have to, hamper on Sunday?
Yeah, I think they have a way of playing in a system that they have honed in all year. I think they have top players that they lean on to, be efficient and execute. I think, for us, it's really just, staying connected and not really changing anything about us. I think I've been in enough big games and big moments to know that, there's a fine balance of treating it as a different type of game. For us, we need to just go out there and play. It's a game that we want to win. That's like every game we played this season. We want to go out and win games. And of course, there's a little bit more pressure in the sense of it's playoffs. But I just think trusting and believing that, we're a good team and, obviously came very close to winning the Shield in a sense. So, we don't have to change anything. We just have to go out and play our game.
How do you anticipate being in front of the crowd here the first half since the report? How do you think all that's going to play in?
Yeah, well, I'm hearing there's going to be a great crowd, which we are fired up about. Obviously, as for the fans, I know it's been challenging for them on this ride with us and not knowing what they want to do, but I think a lot of people are going to show up and really support us and share the burden with us of everything that we've endured this year. And I think that's amazing, because I think as players, again, I think it falls on us to always feel like we have to solve all the problems. And when we hear fans don't want to show up and they don't want to support the club, like, we get it, but we're also like, but what about us? Like, we're the ones who have to show up and perform and still, be in the environment, even as hard and difficult as some days can be. But I think hearing that we have a good crowd coming is giving us all the energy and the joy that we need to have a good performance on Sunday.